Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where I just realized upon loading this in, we zoned all of this, but we don't have water up. So let's just go ahead and run some water right down here. And actually, that's not going to work. We're going to need to run the water here. Like so. And then we can run additional water here. That should be fine. And now we can just follow the roads entirely. So we can run water there, and connect that in. That'll be fine. Right about there, connect that in approximately there. Should be okay. And continue with this. Something vaguely along the lines of that. So now we should have water for trees to electric boogaloo. So that's perfect. Now there's some garbage issues going on over here, but I believe that we did put a recycling center here. Or in this vicinity, right here. So this should take care of it, theoretically. And then all of this stuff here, this is all going to be residential. And I'm just going to go ahead and zone that right now. Did we miss any over here? Yes, we did. Any over here? No? Okay. So this is all zoned residential now. So that's excellent. We should have no residential or industrial demand for a while. And in the meantime, we can start expanding out over here, because we need to fill in this area relatively soon. So we can bring these highways out this way. We're going to need to figure out what exactly we want to do with this highway here. Do we want to leave it basically as it is? Maybe. I don't know. However, let's go ahead and get some roads built here. So this is going to need to be a block here and then a large block here, because we're going to have a highway going through here, theoretically. I suspect we will. I'll have to think about that. But this is going to be a regular set of blocks right here. And that doesn't break any of our power. Is this power line even necessary? I guess it is. Oh my. We've got a bunch of dead people piled up over there. Let's go ahead and set up a crematorium or two in this little block here. So let's go ahead and put one here and one here. That should deal with that problem. I hope. Anyway. It would be nice if it dealt with that problem. So, we are then going to need to have this road be basically here, but that's actually not exactly the correct location. I want it to be not there. One block further here. Right there. That's where I want it to be. And that's going to knock out that power. We're going to need to fix that. Kind of like that. We're probably going to need to fix it again, because I'm willing to bet, yep, that's going to take out the power there as well. Let's just go ahead and do this entire area here. About like this, just so that we know that we're not going to need to take out this power anymore. And we can just do something kind of like that. We'll need to replace this later on, but that'll be fine for now. Do we have a pillar issue for this? We actually don't. Okay. We do here. So we're going to have to redo this highway. There's pretty much no doubt about that. But I want to get everything set up for this properly first. So I want to have this meta block basically ready to go. Now we've got an issue there with pillars as well, and there. And there. So that is awkward. We're going to need to bring this out 960. There we go. Then we can just bring this on in. Like so. Just have these roads ready to go before the highway goes in. And of course, we're not going to be zoning this with anything just yet, since we have literally no demand. But we need to be focusing currently on growing our population, because we don't really have enough population to support 2 colleges, let alone 3. So that's going to be exciting. I think for now, the best thing that we can do is get these turnarounds put in, maybe, and then we can come back and revisit this whole area. Of course, we have quite a lot of money right now. Maybe we should just do this now. So we would start here and just take back all of this highway up to, say, there. And then construct this in like that. Make sure that these are here. Like so-ish. Yeah, that's fine. And then we would extend this highway out. Something along the lines of... Yeah, pillar there should be fine. So then we just put in these pillars here. And I want to bring this not here, but rather here. And then right here, I want it to be at ground height. And then not here, but here, I want it to be back up. And then we just run it over like that for now. And then we're going to arc this in over this way, most likely. Turn this up, and then move it in, would be the idea. Okay, so then we would want it going this way as well. So basically the same exact thing. Connecting in there. And then to there. So on and so forth. Approximately like that, although we have a bit of a pillar issue here that I would prefer to not in fact have right now. So then we can put this highway in there. Okay. And then the question becomes, how do we end up connecting this in? Well, we could do something along the lines of that. We could just bend it in, kind of thusly. That's not exactly the same corner, but it's kind of close. I'm not exactly okay with it, though. So we would want this to be snapped in right about here, I think. Nope. That is incorrect. That's obviously incorrect. That's close, but not quite there. That's about where I want it to be. It's not exact, but it's definitely close enough. So then we can knock this bridge back a tiny amount. And we can then just curve this in, like so. And like so. That would work fine. Okay, and then we would need this vertical road here. So we would want it to be going this way, but we want to be in straight line mode. So take it in about like this. That space already occupied. We may have to take it up one more piece. Yeah, I think we do. That was a very high height step. I don't want it to be quite that high. Okay, maybe about here. That should do. About like that. Then we can bring this in over here. Like so. We can bring this down just over here and then construct a bit of a turnaround there. I don't know. Actually, we might take this further down. I think there's no reason not to. I think we take it to here. And then do the turnaround down here. That sloped too steep, so we're going to have to adjust the height of one of these. And I'll do it with this height. That's still sloped too steep. That's very close. Very close indeed. Let's go ahead and bring this up at the smallest elevation step. There we go. Of course, we're going to need to flip this directionality, but there we go. Perfect, perfect. And this, of course, is going backwards, actually. We want it like that. Excellent. Okay, and then we can go ahead and just take this up this direction a little bit, up to about there. Now we can see about creating this. Oof, I don't want it to be a straight line. I want it to be not a straight line. I want it to bend, not that direction. Hate it when it does this. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Oh, we've got a pillar issue over on this side, actually. I want to bring in the pillars over to here. And up to there. I don't want to move the pillars, so we're going to just do that. And that. And then we can connect this back in. Like so. Excellent. Now the question is, why is it refusing to allow me to create a curve here? Freeform tool? Freeform tool is doing the same thing. Okay, let's just try removing this bit of highway here. And taking this in to right here. And then curve tool. Nope, still straight line. It's still trying to curve it this direction, when what I want it to do is curve this direction. And I don't think there's a way to flip that directionality that I know of. Unless we can maybe... That backs out. As far as I know, there's no actual way to flip that. You can try taking it this way, but it just is doing the same exact thing. Come on. It's just refusing to do it. Okay, let's try bringing this highway slightly differently. Just bring it up high enough to go over. That's not high enough to go over, apparently. Just bring it up high enough to go over, which would be about right here, I think. Is that the correct height? It looks like it. And I guess we'll just bring it one tile further. And we'll see if this allows us to curve. It does. I have no idea why sometimes it behaves like this. I don't actually want it to be like this. I actually want it right here. Like that. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to let me. Yep. So why does it do this sometimes, but not anywhere near every time? Like, about 25% of the time. It's just like, no, you're going to make a straight line here. And I'm like, but I want it curved. I don't understand. Why does it sometimes not do this? Yeah, shape invalid because I want it to curve the other direction. What if we were to temporarily reverse that direction? Yeah, even that doesn't work. Completely reverse the entire area. It's still trying to bend it this way, which makes no sense for that direction. None whatsoever. Like, why? I mean, it would let me do this, but that is definitely not the goal here. I don't know. Highways in this game don't make a ton of sense sometimes. Well, regardless, I really don't want it to look like that. I really, really don't. Oh, man. Okay. So. I suppose we could... How can we get it to reset this? Like, the only way it'll do it is if I bring this right here. instead. Like that. That's actually a step too high, I think. And now it should allow me to curve it in. I guess it'll have to do. It's not exactly symmetrical, but I can't get the game to let me do it one tile over. It's highly unfortunate, but it'll have to do. Okay, so then we can bring the highway up this direction. We are connected in over here, so that's perfectly fine. We can theoretically unpause the game now. But I just want to bring the highway up to there. And then down this way. We have a pillar issue there that we're going to have to address later on, but that's fine for now. We can get rid of this turnaround. I want to bring this highway in over here. This is going to potentially... Actually, that didn't eliminate those power lines. I'm actually shocked. Okay, now we want this to be on the ground, which is there. And then back up 3 of the very smallest elevation steps. Actually, that's not high enough. I do believe it needs to be 4 of the not highest elevation steps, of the smallest elevation steps, even. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And we bring this into here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, this was 1 block too far. We need to do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Space is already occupied here, but we can just do that. We'd have a bit of a pillar issue, but we can address that at a later date. We've got some awkward hills going on here, so it's to be expected, I think. And then we run this highway directly over, like so. To right there, directly over, and hooked in. Excellent. Now, does it just let us create these? Created that one. Some awkward angling going on here with the snapping. But that's actually fine. Close enough. That one worked. Okay. It just worked over here. Who knows what the difference is? Not me. I don't know what the difference is there. But regardless, that seems to work fine. For right now, I'm going to put a turnaround right here, because we're not planning on going further this way just yet. We are going to go further that way, but this is not the time for that. And I just want to keep extending this highway up over here. We want to use the straight line tool right up to here. And then we'll bring this on back. I think I messed up the pillar there. But that's okay. We can clean that up when we get the on-ramps going. That'll be perfectly fine. So we'll get rid of this turnaround here. And I want to just run this straight out over this way. Are we on the ground? We appear to be on the ground here. Okay. We're going to need to elevate at some point. And I think that point is here. So we want to elevate to this height. This is actually going to make this quite awkward. I think we need to elevate 1 step higher. So then we bring this up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elevation steps. Then to right there. Slope too steep. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So the reason that this is happening is because there's this big dip in here. And I think our best bet is to just level the terrain at about this height. So let's just do what we can here and fill this in. And I also want to remove this bit of road here. And we'll reconstruct this. So we'll take this out 960 to there. 960 to there. That created a bridge here. I kind of want to level out the territory over here as well. So let's just do something like that. Something along those lines should do the trick. Let's push this up to 960. 960. Okay. That should be much, much, much easier to build in. So obviously, that is slope too steep. We don't really care, though, because we want it to be like that. Then to the ground. Then right here, 4 elevation steps up. And then over the highway, or over the road, even, which is something along the lines of that. Is that far enough apart? That is not. Okay, so this is space already occupied here. Because this over here is quite a lot more elevated. Let's actually smooth this out over here. Something along the lines of this will hopefully make a big difference. That does not seem to have made a big difference. Okay, let's start over here in the center. We'll start at ground level. We will go up 1, 2, 3, 4 elevation steps, and we'll just take it to right there. Okay.
Maybe that's too complicated for you.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to there. And then we just run this to the ground here. So that's to ground level. And then we run that into there. Something along the lines of that. Yeah, that should do the trick. And then we can bring this guy in right here. This one right here. And now theoretically, we should be able to take it out this direction. We're going to have to do a little bit of terraforming out over here in order to make room for this. So let's just go ahead and do something kind of like that. Just a tiny amount of space here so that we can do our turnaround. Right like that. Excellent. Now over here, we've got some slope too steep because there's a drop-off, but that actually works fine right there. And how are our pillars? Our pillars are maybe a little close in over on this side, actually. So I'm going to take that out of there. And I want the pillars right there. And then we'll just bring that pillar in there. And we'll just build the ramps at this point. There we go. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, it just worked. Great. And now I feel like we just do that. That'll be fine.
We care about 3 things. Tree things,
Excellent.
nature things, and the third thing, bird things.
So we're gonna come out over this way with it and then probably terminate at some point over here. But we need to continue this expansion. Oh, hello. What is going on here? Oh, I just never connected that in. Okay, that's because of the pillar issue, I think, but we can fix that at a later date. Well, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.
This is Cities Radio. I'm Elle. You know, like the letter.